All right, let's get right into it. We're talking about a Bob Dylan song from 1997 called Lovesick. And at first glance, yeah, it totally feels like a love song, right? It's got all the right ingredients. But if you really listen, you start to realize it's something else entirely, something much, much darker. It's basically a roadmap of what it feels like when desire just completely falls apart. And this line right here, this is the whole ballgame. I'm sick of love, but I'm in the thick of it. It's this incredible paradox that the entire song is built on. I mean, think about that. He's saying, I'm done with this, I'm exhausted by it, but he's also completely stuck, right in the middle of it. It's way beyond simple heartbreak. We're talking about a total psychological trap.
So, that brings us to the big question, doesn't it? Can we even call this a love song? We're going to peel back the layers of Lovesick and see how Dylan cleverly uses all the familiar words of romance to paint this picture of absolute psychic ruin. And in the process, he basically creates a masterpiece in a whole different genre.
Which brings us to this idea of the anti-love song. And Lovesick might just be the perfect example. See, it's not trying to destroy the love song from the outside. No, it works from within. It uses the same DNA, but its goal is the total opposite of what we're used to. It's not about connection. It's about feeling contaminated, estranged, and totally alone. So what do we even mean by an anti-love song? It's not just a sad breakup song, okay? That's something different. An anti-love song is one where love isn't this wonderful, fulfilling thing. Instead, it's like a sickness, an affliction that gets into your system and just changes everything about how you see the world.
And this chart really just lays it all out, plain and simple. You've got your typical love song over here, right? It's about feeling full, connected, uplifted. But then look at Lovesick. It's the complete opposite. Contamination, feeling haunted, depleted. It's not about two people finding each other. It's a picture of one person's mind just running on empty.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. How does Dylan actually pull this off? It's not just a vibe, it's not just a mood. The lyrics are meticulously crafted, like a little machine designed to make you feel what it's like to be trapped inside a broken mind. And here's the key. Most songs tell a story, right? A narrative with a beginning, middle, and end. Lovesick throws that whole playbook out the window. It doesn't give us a plot or characters. It gives us symptoms, just little fragments of perception, this heavy mood, and that obsessive repetition. It's less of a story and more of an emotional prison that you, the listener, get locked inside of.
One of the most powerful tricks he uses is something we can call environmental mirroring. It's this really cool idea where all the pain he's feeling on the inside gets projected onto the world around him. It's like the whole world becomes a mirror for his inner state. The outside world isn't a comfort. It's just another symptom of his sickness.
And just look at the images he uses. Dead streets, weeping clouds. I mean, come on. Even the people he sees are just silhouettes in windows. These aren't just random gloomy details to set a scene. They are the feeling. The landscape is the mindscape. It's an internal collapse made visible for all of us to see. And then there's the repetition. In most pop songs, the chorus is the catchy part, the thing that brings it all together. But here, that line, I'm sick of love, isn't a hook. It's a cage. Every single time it comes back, it just locks the door a little tighter, reinforcing that feeling of being stuck in this obsessive thought loop you just can't break out of. But the lyrics are only half the story. To really get this song, you have to talk about the sound. Because what you're hearing is, literally, the sound of a breakdown. The way his voice cracks, the way the whole thing is produced, it's all designed to create this thick, heavy atmosphere of dread. And a really important idea here is what some people call the grain of the voice. It's not about the words he's singing. It's about the sound of the voice itself. That physical texture, the rasp, the strain, the sheer exhaustion you can hear in his delivery. It's the sound of a body just worn down by emotion, and that tells a story all by itself. So here's the thing. In another singer, you might hear that and think, oh, that's not perfect. But that's the whole point. That's where the song gets its power, its authority. We don't get a polished, clean vocal. We get a voice that sounds weathered, strained, that roughness, that frailty. That's what makes the exhaustion feel so incredibly real. You believe him.
And that brings us to the producer, the legendary Daniel Lanois. His genius here is that he didn't just hit record. He built an entire world for this song to live in. That swampy, atmospheric, haunted space you hear, that's not just some cool background effect. In this song, the sound is the meaning. They're one and the same.
So what did Lanois do? Well, he basically turned the emotional state into a physical space. The instruments sound like they're coming out of a fog,
kind of distant and unstable. The whole mix feels thick, almost sticky, like everything is coated in something. And the beat? It's got this heavy, plodding groove. It's moving, sure, but it's not going anywhere. There's no release. It's the perfect sound for a mind that's stuck in the mud.
Okay, so why are we still talking about a song from 1997? What makes it stick with us? Let's zoom out a bit and look at the legacy of this incredible track, both in Dylan's career and why it feels kind of spookily, like it could have been written yesterday.
I mean, think about it. When this came out in '97, it was the very first thing people heard on Time Out of Mind, which was this huge comeback album for Dylan. It was a statement. From there, it became a fixture in his live shows, always changing, always evolving, and now, today, you listen to its themes of isolation and disconnection, and wow, it feels more relevant than ever.
And it's more than just a great song. Lovesick is basically the front door to what people now call Dylan's late style. It's the beginning of this whole new chapter in his work, one that's obsessed with things being broken, with mortality, with this kind of haunted, dislocated feeling that you find in so much of his later music.
And this, I think, is why it still hits so hard. This idea of your mind just being flooded by one obsessive thought, feeling totally cut off and alone even when you're in a crowd of people, that deep, soul-crushing emotional fatigue. I mean, doesn't that sound familiar? These are the anxieties of our time, and Dylan mapped them all out perfectly in a song almost 3 decades ago.
So, I want to leave you with this one last thought to chew on. We're always looking for songs that tell us love is this beautiful, perfect thing, right? A source of joy and connection. But what if a song like Lovesick is actually getting at something truer? What if the most honest songs about love aren't the happy ones? What if they're the ones that admit that sometimes love feels like a sickness, a fever you just can't break?